Hi there, this is video T 8.5, solving triangles part 5. I know there's been a lot of them, but there's such a good review. All right, it might be a little hard to tell from your diagram. This is little d down here, and this is h, and this is 18 meters. Oh, and that's 25 degrees. Okay, so at this point, I forgot to say it in previous videos, turn off the video, do the question, and then turn it back on. Okay? Only way you're going to get better is to venture out on your own and be brave. Okay, I'm going to trust that you did. Let's take a look at what we have here. So I think, honestly, I stole this from some word problem because this looks like a little bit like a flagpole in distance and height. I'm just worried about solving the equation today. All right, so we have, well, let's see, if this is D, then if we go across, this is going to be capital D. And this is going to be capital H over there. I didn't ask you about this one because I don't know what the letter can be, but it's a red triangle anyway. Let's find our, what do you want to find first? Oh, let's find angle D first. Hold on, we know what angle H is. That's easy, it's 25 degrees. That was simple. Now let's do it here, angle D. So if 180 degrees, if you know one angle of your triangle besides the right corner, you can always just subtract. So minus the 90 degrees here, this one, minus the 25 over there, and I'm guessing 65, but it could be. Minus 90, minus 25, woohoo! 65 degrees. Okay, now, in my further calculations, I'm not going to use that because there's a small chance I could have screwed up. I'm paranoid, don't want to use this stuff. So let's go find little d. So from this angle that we know, so we go down, we go around the 25 because that's the angle that we know. That makes this adjacent, that makes this opposite. So adjacent, and I have my hypotenuse and I want to find adjacent. So hypotenuse and adjacent is cos. So cos, and this is angle H, is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cos, now angle H is 25 degrees, said there over there too. Is adjacent, which I do not know, over my hypotenuse, which I do know, which is 18. So my calculator may be way over here. Cos is 25. 0.9063 is adjacent over 18. Going to put 1 there, and we are going to cross multiply. So 1 times adjacent is 18 times 0.063. If you put the 0.9 first and then the 18, that's fine. Now, this is me going to be lazy. See, I still have that number sitting there, and I can just multiply it by 18, and tickety-boo, there's my answer. So 1 times adjacent is adjacent, and 16.31. Now, it's hard to see there, but that was just rounded to a whole number. So I'm going to say my adjacent side is 16, and that was meters. All right. So now, let's worry about finding H. You could use Pythagorean's theorem, but I'm a little paranoid, and the reason, like I keep telling you, don't use it unless you have to. But if you're on a test or something important and your mind just goes, and the only thing you can think of is Pythagorean's theorem, you go ahead and use it. But I'm going to keep practicing. So now I want to find h. H is my opposite side, and I have my hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse, excuse me, is sine. So sine h is opposite hypotenuse. My angle h is 25 degrees. My opposite side I don't know. My hypotenuse I do know is 18. Hey, looks almost like that, and that's okay. It's the same triangle. All you're doing is looking at a different side. Your hypotenuse doesn't change, so that 18 is going to sit on the bottom. But where the change is going to be sine 25 is 0.4226. Right, over here when we did cos, we got 0.9063. So this is sine. So you can see why it's important to make sure you have correct whether it's sine or cos. Opposite over 18. When you are looking for the opposite or hypotenuse or adjacent or basically any of the sides and you're using a trig function, we're going to cross multiply. So here we go, 1 times opposite is equal to 0.4226 times 18. And just like last, whoopsies, sorry. Just like last time, I just left that on the calculator. I'm not going to clear it. That way it's even more precise because it's essentially I'm not rounding. Opposite is equal to 7.607. And what was I rounding to? We were rounding to the nearest whole number. So opposite is equal to 7.6 is going to go to 8 meters. So this, there's it down. This is 8 meters, and this is 16 meters, and that was 25, and this one up here was 65. All right, let's do our check. There's my biggest angle. Oh, I'm going to highlight my sides. It's got a lot of numbers going on here. Those are my 3 sides. So this is 90 degree, my biggest angle. It's across my biggest side. 25 is my smallest angle. And if we look, it's across from the smallest side. So best guess. This is golden. Let's just finish filling it in. So side D is 16 meters and side H is 8 meters. Cool. You have now done all the trig videos. I'm hoping that you are really good at this. And it's so much that you're like bored. It's like, oh, again? Yes, again. Ooh. If you wanted to have fun, hypotenuse squared, side squared plus side squared. You could even check. Our hypotenuse, we said, was 18. My first side was 16 squared plus 8 squared. I'm going to do this fast because I don't want the video to be really long. 18 squared, I don't know, 18 times 18. 324. 16 times 16 is 256. Plus 64. 324 equal to 256 plus 64. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Something went wrong. What is it? Can you guys tell me? Nothing's wrong. What actually happened, because we rounded, this wasn't actually 16 meters, it was at least 16.31. And this one wasn't 8 meters, it was 7.607 meters. So by rounding, our check is a little bit off. But I'm still going to say it's okay. And it's off due to rounding. If I replace this with 16.31 and this was 7.607, and square those up, it'll be a whole lot closer. I'm not going to do that. This was just an extra one. If you ever have 3 sides, if you've calculated 3 sides of a right triangle and you want to see if it's probably right, so do a check, you can do that. But the more rounding you do, the more that it's going to be a little bit off. All right, cool. Gotta love math.